first, and then we can change. Get ready. So we're getting ready to shoot State of the League.
Let's go.
First time it's on our channel. In the past, it's been on the PLL's channel. And in the past, I was also playing in the league. So part of my retirement and shifting to just co-founder, president, we've started talking about how the media would evolve around the league. And now that I can participate on the operations side of lacrosse products, so the game day stuff. And one of the things is we're shifting over State of the League to my channel. So I'm going to continue to talk about, at least today, 2022, and wishing you all a Happy New Year.
Did you get the script?
I did. I haven't looked at it. Is it in my Slack or email?
Slack.
So you have your intro. This is what Brett wrote me. I know it's a few weeks past, but Happy New Year. 2022 is going to be a great year for our league, players, fans, and most importantly, the game. Well written.
Thanks.
And today I'm going to share a number of things with you that's in this script that Brett sent after I get my coffee. That's where we're shooting.
Yep.
Also, I can walk again. Here's my scar. Ready?
Ready.
Yeah.
Rolling in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? I'm Paul Rabil, co-founder and president of the Premier Lacrosse League, no longer a player. This is an all-new episode of State of the League, our first of 2022, and I have a lot to share. Okay, so to get to 2022, we got to give a shout out to 2021. KS Lacrosse Club, the first club to win a championship, not named the Whip Snakes, who are behind me. Congratulations on the season, Coach Towers, your team, and your staff. Fast forwarding into December 2021, we launched our third annual Players Top 50 that was exclusively voted on by the players. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to then dive into our goals for 2022, what you can expect from a season standpoint. And then I'm going to wrap up by talking about our media rights partnership conversations as they get close to their proper unveil later this month. All right, so let me give you a little analysis on the top 50 by just really rolling out the top 5. It started with Zach Currier at number 5, who's considered by many to be the best all-around midfielder in the world. He plays wings and faceoffs. He takes draws from occasion, picks up ground balls everywhere. He can shoot and score. He can pass and assist, and he can defend. So Zach is a perennial top player by many, and his second year in the PLL gave him that number 5 spot. Followed by Grant Ament, who just in his second year is voted on by all of his peers as the top 5 player in the world. That doesn't happen very often. Shout out to Grant. And then the top 3, I think, are always up for consideration. This one was Lyle Thompson, Tom Schreiber at 2, and then number 1 voted on by the players was none other than Blaze Reardon. And Blaze, I think, is one of the most dynamic players of this generation, playing in between the pipes, but also has the skill to go play attack. And he did it in his first All-Star game in 2019, and he's doing it now in the NLL with the Philadelphia Wings. So Blaze, by many considerations, is the best lacrosse player in the world. Tom and Lyle, I think, both have claim to that throne as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing who steps up in the coming season. So congratulations to everyone in the top 50. I love that the players vote on it. And also a shout out to our content team here at the PLL for working to get those votes in and then displaying them in a way that is unmatched by any other league in the world. Okay, so we're going to shift into the 2022 season. I'm going to start by listing 3 goals that Mike and I keep at a high level for the company that trickles all the way down through the players and into our fans. It's something that we think about and evolves year to year. You know, when we launched the PLL, we built a 3-year plan, we built a 7-year plan, we built a 10-year plan. And we talk a lot about this offseason so far, how we're now in year 4. And it feels a little bit surreal to say that because it was always year 1, our goals accomplished, year 2, year 3. Now we're in that growth stage. So we have to shift our goals a little bit, but maintain our core of what got us here. And the first for me is culture. The culture of the company. Our mantra is to trailblaze the future of professional sports that's led by players and fans and focused on players and fans. And we maintain that status with every decision that we make. But the culture is driven by the player experience, the game day experience, what the fans that come to our games feel. And that is ultimately going to be the product that continues to drive the success of the league. So that's number 1. You always have to think about culture. Number 2 is attention. So how are we bringing more attention to the game and to the league? I mentioned earlier that I was going to talk about our media rights partnership, but our first partnership was with NBC. And it was fantastic to drive not only current lacrosse fan eyeballs to the PLL through their broadcast, through their streaming product like Peacock, but to also lean on the flywheel of NBC marketing to drive new sports fans to the PLL. And we also do it internally by our media team, our content and production house. They're constantly building 365. Yes, we put on an amazing product in the season, but a lot of us would agree that it's the easiest then because we just pull highlights from the game and we're talking to fans who want to consume the game. It's the off season. It's really challenging to keep the conversation going. And our team does a phenomenal job. Example, the top 50 in December when no one's playing lacrosse. And number 3 is driving the business. So how do we think about increasing revenue? It's through ticket sales, it's through sponsorship, it's through our network partnerships and relationships, it's through PLL Academy, it's actually through PLL Assists, and in a lot of cases giving back and investing in the community such that the return of favor happens in way of interest and passion for the game. And so each of our business unit leaders are continuing to working on their goals with their teams and hitting those goals each quarter. So those are the 3 high-level goals that we've set, and then we get really granular on the inside. So let's talk about the next way. The season structure, right? I think about the year in 3 seasons. It's our off season, which we're in now, then our preseason, which is not just our players showing up to training camp. It's really the spring season when all of the interest and the lights turn on around college lacrosse first, and then the college players who eventually are drafted and play in the PLL, and then our players ramping up their training to get ready for the season. And then in season. In season is our season structure. So what we did last year is had to juggle so many balls in the air because of COVID. And yes, we didn't do the bubble like we did in the championship series in 2020, but we did a truncated version. We went from 14 weekends in 2019 to 2 weeks in 2020 to 11 weekends in 2021. It's always changing and we have to be agile. This year, though, we're getting back to the 14 weekend model. We're less truncated. We're not going to have double headers by teams every weekend. We want to focus on making sure that every game is the best game. Our players are healthy and they're ready for each opponent week over week. It's going to start in the beginning of June, like it always has, and it's going to end in the middle of September. So a breakdown of that is 14 game weekends, 10 regular season game weekends. There's 4 games a weekend over the 8 teams. Everyone plays once. An all-star break, then 3 playoff weekends. Our playoff structure will be the same as it was last year. 8 teams competing for 7 spots, also competing for the number 1 seed where you get a bye, which is an important rest period knowing that really anyone can win at any moment when it comes to the playoffs. Expect more details, of course, that include locations where we're going to be playing and the timing of the games and when tickets are going to be available to all markets. Now let's talk about the all-encompassing, exciting media rights partnership that we have yet to announce. The product is your holy grail, the game. It needs to be played at the highest level by the best players in the world so that people can see the game the way it's meant to be played. However, if people cannot see the game in action, you're really running up against a short ceiling. And so the ability to have a network partner that is global, that is distributing the game across all mediums. So you can watch it on TV, you can watch it on broadcast, you can watch it on cable, you can watch it on streaming products, is everything. And then from there, we get all of the originals and shorts and highlights, all that stuff. But the holy grail is the game and the way that the game is distributed live. And we know how important that is. And our business has been working around the clock to secure the next media rights partnership such that the league can take the next step. And when I say the next step, I believe that we can be a top 5 professional sports league in North America. And I believe we can be that soon. So this next media rights deal hopefully will propel us in that direction beyond just where we were 3 years ago as a startup, beyond just where we got to this past season as a starter in the league of professional sports league. Now we want to be an All-American. So in closing, this is the first time Save the League has been on my YouTube channel. Make sure you check out the PLL's YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/PLL. There's a ton of awesome franchises there and highlights and things you need to know about what I started with today, which is our Players Top 50. So you can check out Blaze's highlights there and shout out to all the other players there. I talked about our goals. I talked about what's coming next. In the next episode of Save the League, which will be in a couple of weeks, we'll unveil more things, and I'll get back into the semantics of building the business and we'll continue to experiment new ways of shooting this thing. So comment below, give us your feedback on what you think, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. And I'm looking forward to continuing my road as the co-founder and president of the PLL here in 2022. It's new for me. So I appreciate all of your support along the way. See you next time. All right.
Wrap?
That was one take.
That was great. The
Just
whole
that
thing.
part, not the whole thing.
No, the whole thing was one take. It was actually pretty close to one take. It just breaks.
It must be the coffee. Good job.
See you next week.
Well, when I'm able to start running, we'll get some shots up. I know it's a channel favorite. It's also a favorite thing for me to do.
It's a favorite thing for me too.